Hello and welcome back. Hopefully you've now got a bit of an idea of what your online business is going to be, what you're going to sell, whether it's products or services or whatever. So our next step is to register a domain. Now if you've never done this before, the easiest way is to actually register it while you're signing up for your hosting account. The web host that I'm going to recommend is HostGator. They're one of the biggest. They've got a great reputation. Their support is excellent. So you can do that, but before we do that, we can do some domain research. Now what I mean by that is you can't just automatically get a domain. You first have to check whether the domain is actually available. So the site we're going to use for that is GoDaddy. Now I've found that most people, when they want to go to a website, just go into Google and type it in there. You don't actually need to do that. You can go straight up to the address bar here, and I'll just type in GoDaddy.com. You can do it down here if you really want to, but GoDaddy.com, hit enter, and it'll take me there. So as you can see, you can do a domain search. So what we're going to do is use this tool to search and check whether the domain is available. And then we're going to register it at HostGator. So don't click the buy button when you see the domain here. So let's say we wanted to do basket weaving. I can almost guarantee you that basketweaving.com will be taken, but let's have a look anyway. So I just type in basket weaving, hit the go button, and it tells me basketweaving.com is already taken. If you wanted .net, you could back order it. So anything that says back order means it's taken. Anything with a price says that you can actually register it. But we want to register a .com. We don't want a .ws or a .us or a .co. We want a .com. So let's hit the back button on the browser and start thinking a little bit laterally. So our site might be called howtoweaveabasket.com, which isn't bad. That's a good search term. If someone's searching and wants to know how to weave a basket, then they're quite likely to put in how to weave a basket. So this will help in the search engines. So how to weave a basket, go, and that one, how to weave a basket.com, is taken. Now you could get the .net, which we can go for .net or .com. .com's preferable, but what I normally do, if I see that the .net's available, I'll first check whether somebody's got a website here on the .com. So I'll just select that, right click and copy. Then we'll open a new browser window and paste it up in the address bar here and see what's there. Quite often they're just parked or there's nothing. Howtoweaveabasket.com, that's what they call a parked page. It doesn't actually have a website there about weaving basket, it's just got some related searches. So that means that's not a competition site and most likely won't come up in Google when we do a search. So let's try that as well. If I type in how to weave a basket, then the first site that comes up is Bushcraft something, Craft Passion. So there's nothing, there's a Basket Weaving 101. So there's no how to weave a basket in there. So that probably wouldn't be a bad choice, howtoweaveabasket.net. Okay, now if you didn't want the .net or if you wanted to try a bit more searching, you can do that. How about basket weaving lessons? Let's give that one a go. And that one's available. So you just do a few searches and try and come up with a name that you think is makes sense and isn't too silly. Doesn't like how to weave a basket. You don't want to have something like this. that number 2 just doesn't look right, and it's not going to help you in the search engines. So the one that would probably be the best out of those is Basket Weaving Lessons, which was available. So once you've found a domain that's available, as I said, don't click on here and buy it. Instead, we'll come back here and we'll go to HostGator.com, and this is the web hosting service. Now they've got all sorts of different plans. This one here is the one that you want, so we'll go with that. It starts at $3.96 a month, but that's if you buy it for a year or 2 years or something. 3 years. But if you're doing it monthly, which is what I normally do, then you'd be looking at $7.16 a month, which is fine. Single domain, unlimited space. So I click the button then. If you ended up having multiple sites, then you can always upgrade to this one, which is also it's $7.96. It's only an extra 80 cents. Actually, I'd go straight to that one, giving it that it gives you unlimited domains, 20% off. But yeah, it's $7.96 a month. That's a pretty good deal. So then it'll come in. You'll come in here and it'll say, "Help me register a new domain. Use an existing domain." So in here, this is where you'd put your basket weaving lessons, and if there's any problem with that, they'll soon tell you. So then you'd continue, and we'll just close that. So that's the type we're getting, the baby, 1 month at $7.96 a month, and that's good. So then you start filling in this information. Now I'm not going to go through all of this because I've actually got an account with HostGator myself, but it's just basic information. You need to create a username and a security PIN. Make sure that you note those down once you've done them. Just fill in your personal details, just normal stuff, and then pay via either credit card or PayPal, whichever suits. And then hit the create account. So it's telling me there's a coupon code, package 1 month cycle $9.95. Oh, and the domain registration of $15. So that's a little bit dearer than GoDaddy. We're only talking $5. So yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about that. So once you've done that, you'll get some emails from HostGator that will have all sorts of details. The details we're interested in initially are the cPanel login details, because that's the very first thing we're going to do is log into cPanel and create and install WordPress on our domain. So that's about as far as I can go on this one. Sign up for your hosting account, get that email with the cPanel details, and then move on to our next video.